But tonight, by starlight, I can't get on the green. I'll hold you close in the trees. We won't be by starlight. Sleep now, my child. Sleep now, my child. But tonight, by stars, I painted on the green. I'll hold you close in the trees. We won't be seen by starlight. Sleep now,
Thanks very much. Enjoy the show.
This land lies where lies the
A point at the crossroads.
A point at the crossroads.
A meeting place. Time and space. A magic, but a dangerous place. Where confusions unravel and the goddess of the underworld crouches, while before her and after her the Earth Mother watches the comings and goings While here at the crossroads sit new players, biding their time like all those come before them. Once upon a time begins the story which grows as all stories do into a tree, making itself known to the air, the land, the birds, rabbits, people passing, resting, and the tree stretches its roots deeper and its branches into the future. Imagine a moment 400 years ago. Imagine Anna Harris, one of the pious poor living in the almshouse on there, or maybe it was at that end, steps out of her door, crosses to this corner, looking out for her sister. This way. That way. And then along come the executors of Roger Gillingham, philanthropist and founder of the school, come down from London to ensure themselves that the new schoolmaster instructs the catechism as correctly as he should. Imagine how they meet and speak and pass on. And on goes the Pampill story. And the trees grow tall and are felled, and new ones planted. And we arrive, once upon a time, to scratch the surface this July evening. Of Chad, what would be?
It's bands out cars, running on you.
What's happening here?
Hello, Doris. How are you?
Oh, hello, Joan. I see Rumble. Look at that burnt out car. All the grass is dead and still. What was next? Cars first, and houses next. And I hear they've vandalised the new toilet again.
How very inconvenient.
Pampill's getting more like New York.
What do you mean, not safe?
All this
What?
lying about and the noise.
It's their music.
Music?
Yeah, music. Perhaps it's for the celebration.
What celebration?
For the new school hall. I've heard that they're getting lots of people together of all ages who used to go to school here.
Well, aren't we to be invited?
Oh, I don't know, Doris.
I suppose we don't count anymore. I was young once. I remember the poems that Miss Barrett taught us at school. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? There, my memory's as sharp as a pin. Didn't you learn that poem?
I was a good few years after you, Doris.
Oh, well, Joan, I thought we were the same age. Young people hanging about makes me feel nervous.
We were just the same when we were their age.
I was always up and about, playing in the woods and the fields. Pampill was a paradise in those days.
Well, perhaps they love it in their own way.
Why are you always so reasonable, Joan?
Hi, Gran.
Hello,
Okay.
Jenny. How's your new boss, yeah?
It's fine. We can do wheelies in the woods.
Does your mother know you're here?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, that's okay then. I do wish she wouldn't say okay and yeah quite so much.
Reminds me of the Yanks in the war. Remember how we loved to hear them talking? I used to go and visit Mary at the field hospital at Kingston Lacey, and they used to cry out, "Hi, babe."
Ah, was very young, Doris.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
I was 15 when the war started. They told me I was quite beautiful.
Well, I don't remember that, but I do remember how handsome the GIs were.
Oh, and the nylons they used to give us, and the chewing gum, and other things. Oh, well, I must be off.
Me too. Wind's getting up. Hope it doesn't rain.
What were we saying about the new school hall?
It's very modern and light, and I like the view out the window, the way the trees are framed.
I'm not convinced it's in keeping with the architecture of the school, or the spirit of the place.
Gran,
Yes, dear.
what is Mrs. Ainsworth? As a spirit thingy.
She's worried that the spirit of Plant Hill, the spirit of the place, the special atmosphere, might be spoilt by bringing something very modern alongside the old bricks.
You mean spirits might be upset?
No, it's all the living that gets upset when anything new goes up. I must be off now, dear. Bye-bye.
Hi, Gran. I know what spirits are. They're ghosts. Really? Of course they are. Spirits have Hill. Our mum says what's happening is people are bored. Bored of being ghosts? No, silly. I'm talking about the burnt out car. Yeah. She also says too many computer games warp the mind.
Why don't you have to adopt that car?
Because they know they won't get caught in a one-eyed hole like that. How do you know it wasn't someone who lives here?
It's hardly anyone does anymore.
Except old people. Old people and their dogs. But burnt out cars what you see in a city!
And now Plant Hill.
Well, so it was a different formula. Maybe this is going to problem in the car, don't agree.
Yeah, so when me and some mates
Then they said that spooky place, Tab Hill.
Nice one.
What do you mean, spooky? More ghosts. Yeah, that place under the pylons with its cosmic energy. What? Pylons bring electricity. Let's dump it in Camp Hill. The time warp. And never be seen again. But that didn't happen. We saw the car, but before that happens, the ghost of the man that fell in the pond and drowned comes floating along this very path and sees them making their getaway. What man? And now, you know, tell us.
Who it was that dumped the car?
Mum says there's no such thing as ghosts. Well, she's wrong. We've seen them and heard things. Who has? Grandad and me. We come walking here nearly every week. Grandad was good to get rid of all your stress coming here. What do you do all the time while you're here? And what have you seen that we haven't seen? See that stone there? The corner of the school? It's a prehistoric stone. Grandad found it in Lego. And what are Legos? Cosmic, like I said.
And I suppose
asteroid.
What's that mean? It came from outer space, like an alien.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Yeah! Maybe those pilots are really aliens beaming down mega death rays from the skies to that stone.
Don't worry, they're just being silly.
Who was the ghost who was drowned in the pond? We know all about him, don't we?
Yeah, he used to live in the Elms house behind the stone.
And one misty, dark night, he was cycling home from the pub.
And he fell into the pond over there and drowned.
Because he was so drunk. He sounds like my dad.
This is my granddad. He knows loads of things about Pam Hill. Don't you, Grandad?
Oh, lots of stories about Pampill. Sophie, I just had a very strange dream. I was standing at a crossroads, here and now. I think it was this place, but different. And I was standing there, and suddenly I realised that there was this very strange person standing beside me. And this strange person was not like anybody I'd seen before. And they spoke to me. They said, "You must decide now which way to go. Decide before it is too late." I didn't know which way to go. I couldn't decide. And I wanted to get home to my family, and I was scared. And I thought to myself, do I dream on or do I wake up?
Wake up.
Yes, I woke up. And here we are. What's so weird? Everybody dreams themselves into other times and places, don't they? And everyone has a story to tell about where they live. I bet you lot know loads of stories about your homes, your gardens. Well, there you go. Ghosts. Ghosts and pantheons, of which there are many. A landscape of stories.
Let us go and play. I want to hear the story.
Me too.
And me.
Go for it. All right, Sophie, fetch my bag. You must choose which story we have. Will it be the Grey Book? Or maybe the Patchwork Book? Tell me it's there, Sophie. Yes. Well, who's going to choose first? Let's see. Will it be... No, too cynical. And too keen. Too bouncy. You can choose. Very well. The grey one it is. Now, as this story begins, hundreds of years unfold.
Hope it's really spooky.
The proper story would have begun over there,
Where?
by the marshes. Boo! You ready? This ground, this land, this spot is where it began. A place before all the old Pampill families. Before Cherrits, Chisels, Coates and Dumbledons. Before Buddens, Edwards, Evans and Ricketts. They're the ones who own the pub, so it's worth remembering that one. Before these paths These bricks, almshouses, school, pub, pylons. This ground. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see.
Very well. Hey down, hold down, daddy, daddy down. Among the leaves so green, autumn, hey down, down.
With a hold down, down.
Hey down, hold down, daddy, daddy down. Among the leaves so green, oh, the fourth door she ran over the plain. He with his hounds did turn it again. They say he did hunt in a railway made. Among the leaves so green.
This land, this spot is where we began.
A place before Cherrets, Chisels, Coates and Dumbleton.
Before Buddens, Edwards, Evans and Ricketts.
A place before these paths and bricks and greens.
Almshouses, school, pub, pylons.
A place where in the beginning there was a man who was above all things wealthy, who found land and mapped it, starting from his own home hearth. He drew with a long stick, marked out squares on the ground.
He knew how to carve up places into fields and furlongs, domains and denominations.
Northfield! Southfield! Stonefield!
He knew how to carve up people into class and status.
Villains!
Villain!
Freemen!
Freeman!
Cottagers!
Cottagers!
Peasants!
Peasants.
Slaves! And to keep the dark presence with his scythe away from the door, the Lord knew how to make allowances.
The swineherd may have the heart, lungs, and liver of his pigs.
Oh, and a slave woman may have £3 a corn,
8 pennies and a sheep in winter.
8 pennies?
Ooh. And a cowherd may have 7 nights' worth of milk after calving.
And a shepherd, if he was very grateful, would get 6 nights of manure on his field at Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas, Squire.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Squire. And what may the barnman be given? Our corn falls at his barn door. But he deserves it.
I'm sure it does.
And so those lives passed, ever so gratefully. In the 7 miles of woodland, 150 meadows. In the North Field, the South Field, and the Stone Field.
until on the 20th of May 1442 a man died in the South Field. And his wife Joanna went to the court to claim her parcel of land, her own cottage, and demand her tenancy. And the Lord said to her,
"You may live in your cottage as long as you pay rents, services, dues, forever until either you or your children are dead."
These were times when the landowner kept people in the dark.
Dark times they lived, and were utterly beggared by the deeds of the lords and their agents. So,
Their prosperity decayed or flourished according to the parcels and contracts of land that they
worked backwards and forwards.
Backwards, forwards, backwards,
Furrow across furrow.
and went as they were guided by their Lord, nose to the ground, day after day, digging deep, sowing in long lines, sowing in the tracks, into the deep, dark earth.
The ploughboy and the plough-girl are up before the dawn to plough a long straight furrow as the lightning's in the dawn. The hands become so callous, forced labour is so wrong, as forwards and backwards the plough is forced along. The lark in the morning, she rises off her nest, she goes off in the air with the dew all on her breast. Because she is a free bird, she whistles and she sings. She goes home in the morning with the breast upon her wings.
Their beauty can be appreciated.
Their beauty can be appreciated.
Don't say an order then.
like a big family.
Everyone was looked after.
But in the twilight of the 16th century, a new monster stalked the fields and woods of Pampill. Its name was Rogers, and its child was Hunger. The year of our Lord 1592, this being a petition from the tenants of Pampill to Her Gracious Majesty concerning the lease of the royal estate granted to Edward Rogers.
Brothers and sisters, we have no option but to appeal against the cruel greed of our landlord.
Your Majesty's poor tenants being grievously terrified to stand in doubt of his extreme dealings towards them and will be utterly beggared.
Brothers and sisters, families like yourselves are starving, while Squire Rogers rakes in more and more of our crop. He gets fatter, while children die in our village. Is that right, brothers and sisters? No! Enough is enough.
We beseech you to call in the said lease again into your own hands, your Majesty, and to appoint such a good man to be your grace's steward over us.
Sign here, and take a brave step towards the future of our families. The good Queen must restore justice to our village. All those in favour say aye.
Aye!
Well, you knew where you were then. was respect. I'll kill that murdering swine. I swear I will.
Charlie! Charlie! Don't let him see us! Don't let him see us!
If our Elizabeth dies, I'm holding him responsible.
If he sees us, just look back at him.
I'll have him nodding. I'll break his lily white neck.
And that'll save our Elizabeth, will it? Will it? Look, over there, between the hedgerows, two of them, just like your mum said.
Lamb stew tonight, Abigail.
There's strong meat broth, that'll save our Elizabeth from the fever.
And there's our greedy landlord, spreading the sickness.
Don't you be letting your feelings run away with you, Charlie.
I'm not the only one.
Just keep your mind on the job and we won't get caught.
There's a price on everyone.
I know that, Charlie. I know there's a price on the head of every adult, but you just keep your mind on the job and that'll do the trick.
Okay.
Right.
You,
Ready?
you go to strike the squire, and I'll steal the sheep.
May the Lord be with us both, Charlie. I'd rather be doing your bit, danger or not, if what the girls say is true about his twisted pleasures.
I said you didn't have to.
I promised your mum, Charlie, we're in this together.
1, 2, 3.
Pardon me, sir.
Everyone needs another.
Yes. Neighbour help neighbour.
Much more tolerant.
Slim pickings.
Oh, Agnes, you startled me there. Good evening to you. We were just
Trying to find scraps to sell to feed our children.
Grovelling on your knees.
It's not easy these times, Agnes.
And you'd know about easy.
We've all become beggars.
But some of us are on our knees, while others of us stand upright.
Oh, some of us have 5 children to feed, while those without have time to exercise their jaws.
Well, better a decent Christian marriage than disgracing yourself up at the big house for few scraps from the squire's table.
Let's try the low pasture, Rose. The air here is stagnant.
Rose, I'd be careful who you were seen walking with if I were you. You wouldn't want people talking about your morals, would you?
no. Well, I'm sorry, Agnes. We'd better try the lower pasture. Edward says we should.
Edward says? Well, he's a fine one. Sending his wife to scratch around on the ground with her hands? In the company of women like that?
Yes.
Where was Edward on Wednesday night, eh?
These are busy times, Agnes, and he's been walking miles, looking for work.
You can't run away from it, Rose.
Ignore her.
Come on, Rose. 2 signatures, Rose, that's all we ask.
I don't know.
Your cousin's child, Elizabeth, is dying of the hunger, and neither you nor Edward will stick your necks out.
Edward says anyone who signs that is a marked man, Agnes.
Fighting those in power won't get us anywhere.
And where's crawling to the gentry got the likes of you, eh? Utterly beggared.
You can't force anyone to sign your foolish petition, Agnes Wilmot. Come on, Rose.
And you...
I'll talk to you later, Agnes.
And you'll let your children become slaves? Traitors to Pamp Hill, the both of you!
Sign this letter, neighbours, make your mark today. The Queen will grant us favour and force the tyrant away. Just sign the letter bravely, petition good Queen Bess. Trust in her to save thee and send Squire Rogers away. Yes!
Squire Banks was a kind man. He looked after us, mended our roofs.
Eventually.
We were one community. We looked after each other.
Even dug our own ditches, didn't we? To put in the pipes to bring the running water to Pampill.
Under the kindly eye of the squire.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh, hello, Helen, Susan. What are you doing here?
Oh, it's Pampill, Mrs. Emsworth. It always brings us back.
Must be the air.
Pampill isn't what it was.
You've been saying that ever since we were girls, Mrs. Emsworth.
You still living in Bournemouth?
Yeah, we just come back to see my dad.
Ah, well, the best of luck. But it's been lovely to see you both.
Funny hearing Joan talk about bringing the water in. Ah, that takes me right. without end. All the space in the world to throw a ball. All day into evening we played.
In a space of pure magic.
Wannery, Yuri, Ickery, Anne, Phyllisy, Policy, Nicholas, Jan, Queeby, Quamby, Irish, Mary, Buck.
This man used to be a real man.
And the man who lived in the big house. That one particular man who lived in the house of marble and stone watched the people living their lives. And he thought that the way they lived on his land was as though it were their own land.
When you caught sight of the squire, you raised your hat to him, remember?
Come on now, come on. Here, you go away now. The squire don't want to see the likes of you. Go on, off you go. Children, line up, come on. The squire's on his way. Put the flowers down, Mr. Button. Come on, line up nice. Stand up straight.
Good morning, Squire.
Thank you for coming to visit us this morning, Squire. We're very grateful. John Button, put your cap on straight. You been bird nesting again?
No, Mr. Button.
The children have been picking primroses since early morning, Squire.
Goodness me! What a lot of primroses. Who are they for?
Tell the squire, children. Susan!
In the wood, Squire. Nowhere. Who?
Be quiet now, John Galvin. Not where. Who are they for? Helen.
I'm not exactly sure. For the Squire.
No, actually, Squire, they're not for you. They're for somebody else.
I know. Me too. I don't.
Be quiet, John Galpin.
Oh.
Norma.
Actually, the primroses are for the poor, sick children in the hospital in Great Ormond Street, London. If you please, Squire, thank you. We put
The clogs.
We put them in shoe boxes, sir.
Excellent. Are you going to be taking them up on your coach, Mr. Button?
Only as far as Wimborne Railway Station, Squire.
I see. Well done, everybody.
Oh, Squire, while you're here and all, I wonder whether you'd give us a small donation for the raffle at the school.
Why, yes, of course, Mr. Button. Why don't you cycle up to the big house tomorrow and I'll sort something out? We might perhaps share a packet of woodbines together. And there may be a few surplus pheasants hanging about.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. Thank you kindly, sir. Go on, man. Off you go now. Off you go. You're doing your best.
Oh, Mr. Button, he could be a grumpy old so-and-so. Remember how he drove the school bus?
Any trouble and he'd throw you off.
Oi now, you young whippersnappers, off now! You want to clip round the lug hole or boot on your backside?
Toodaloo. Of you. You always do.
No doubt about it. Hamp Hill was a magic place to grow up in.
A place that wrapped its arms around me.
Eena, meena, mina, mo. Escalina, lina, lo. Eggs, butter, cheese, butter. 6 cells, stone, dead. O-U-T, cells, out and out. Go
the man who lived in the big house of marble and stone. And even though their cottages were in a constant state of disrepair, they loved him in a way like a father. And as for him, it was as though he had hundreds of children, and they were needy and desperate of him, and yet never touching, forever clutching at his coat, yet distant.
If it wasn't for the squire, we'd all be keeping us safe from
Ruffians!
louts, newcomers, latecomers,
Cast on the green!
stop who? Rubbish! If it wasn't for him, we'd all be. If it wasn't for him, all this land.
And the man grew older and lonelier. He walked through his woods. Into the future. Through oaks and beeches. Looking into the future. And wondering all the time, his land heavy as marble in his heart, thinking to himself, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I, should I? He asked himself, should I, shouldn't I? And he imagined how he might wrap up all the land, all the trees, all the rivers, all the almshouses, the people, into a giant parcel. Wrap them up, and on his death, he would give that parcel away like a gift.
Everything changed the day the squire died.
Nothing was ever the same again.
It wasn't our village anymore. Different.
There's always so many people of it. Cars, bikes, hikers, outsiders.
And they don't care about our village, do they?
People come here, it's a beauty spot. Then they go home and just leave tire tracks.
When we were children, John used to collect car numbers. And you know, he was lucky if he saw 5 cars in a day.
Still, they've spread some prosperity around, spread their spend.
And their rubbish.
It's what people call progress.
Progress? What's that ever done for our village? Holiday homes, £1,000 a week. And pylons.
Still, we don't notice them anymore, do we? I always look the other way.
Time for the story of the pylon.
Like whips of anger.
Should I, shouldn't I?
Crossroads. Lines across the landscape.
This is the lie of the land. This is the lie of the land. This is the lie of the land. Like whips of anger.
Should I, shouldn't I?
Lines that ebb and flow. Lines that ebb and flow.
The concrete that trails black wire.
There like huge giant girls.
Pylons. Pylons. With lightning's danger. Lightning's danger.
The quick perspective of the future.
Perspective of the future.
Now it's different. Now it's different.
No, it's different, and it's not the same, and it's not the same, and it's.
This land lies where lines that
A point at the crossroads. A point at the crossroads.
The way the land lies. The way the land lies.
Their beauty can be appreciated. Their beauty can be appreciated more fully in daylight.
Now it's different. Now it's not the same. And it's not the same.
The way the land lies. The way the land lies.
We used to in the past. We used to in the past. We used to in the past. We used to in the past.
Reach a point in the story. Their beauty can be appreciated more.
A point at the crossroads. A point at the crossroads.
Point in the story. Reach a point in the story.
Lines across the landscape. Lines across the landscape.
Lines that ebb and flow.
And it's their beauty can be appreciated.
Their beauty can be appreciated.
Beauty can be appreciated. Beauty can be appreciated. This land lies.
Used to be a real.
Lines that ebb and flow. Reach a point.
Lines across the point. Lines across
Lines
the
that ebb
Their
and
beauty
flow.
can be appreciated.
Their beauty can be appreciated more fully.
Perspective of the
Central electric lines across the landscape.
Their beauty can be appreciated.
Their beauty can be appreciated more.
This land lies where lines intersect. Reach a point in the story. 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 Reach a point in the story.
Passing through work as fast as I
But
can.
tonight, we
our wood, wasn't it, Susan? And over there, that's where we played.
You can be anything you want here. I can run like a cheetah. Forget being cool. Crouch like a tiger. Jump like a monkey. Fly like a bird.
Shh! Listen. That sound. Sometimes we think there was someone over there watching our game. Sometimes we get into sounds like shouts.
What was it? What did you see?
Hard to say. And I'm not sure we should talk about these things. Oh, for heaven's sake, if it's what you thought you saw and heard and felt, then it's right.
Oh, please, Auntie Helen, what did you see? What did you hear, Auntie Susan?
Once or more. Crying, singing, or even laughter.
Show us where, please. Please, Auntie Helen.
Over there where I used to walk my little dog Jimbo most days.
You dare go there?
Old land sounds and atmosphere. I reckon that's why so many people from all around come and sit in the green and stare into space.
You mean they fill the park?
You ask those young lads who lie on the green in the summer, night after night, staring up at the stars. There's something that brings them here rather than Bournemouth clubs.
When have you seen young lads lying around in your dreams?
At weekends, when I walk my dog.
Do you still see and hear things?
Look, here's where we had our den. About here, Susan and I.
With Pete and Daniel Brown, Rosie Evans and John Shaw.
We'd be in here all day into evening, safe as houses, like it was our home.
Look, that's where we'd make our bedrooms. And there was our kitchen.
It'll be night soon. We must get supper ready.
What's that, Susan?
Can't hear anything.
Listen. There again.
Listen.
My child. Close your eyes and rest your weary head. Sleep till dawn, oh God, your broken bed. Your father's a great man, the squire of all around, and I dread the dawn, for then we will be found. Tomorrow, your daddy's men will be here.
tonight, by starlight, at Pampill on the green, I'll hold you close in the trees, we won't be seen. Sleep now, my babe, my child. Sleep now, my babe, my child. Did you like that? Who are you? Elsie. Elsie Trickett. From the manor house, where I worked once.
Is that your baby?
You must be cold. Come and sit by the fire. Don't share our supper with us.
Put the kettle on, Norma, and put some more wood on the fire.
Well, I've not seen you before.
Perhaps you've not been looking.
Well, she knows. What are you doing up here? Why have we not seen you before?
And why are you in this dark place with your baby?
Don't bother. She's a spirit, that's for sure. Well, what do you mean a spirit?
Like a ghost, silly.
Well, she don't look like a ghost.
How would you know what one looks like?
I've seen lots of ghosts up here. There's so many of them. It's surprising they don't bump into each other.
No, you're really scaring me.
Don't need to be scared. My grandma says if they're here, it's because they want to tell us something.
Restless we get when we've been badly treated or put upon. A spirit needs people to know about it. A spirit needs to put someone to rest.
What happened to you?
Find the woman! Find the baby! Where's that woman and that baby? There she is! Come on now! Give me that baby!
The wrong baby, wrong place. It'll bring shame on the house.
Never, never, never will you take my
Disgrace.
baby. We
Disgrace.
run away. What feeling you made in the morning? But being a maid, only a maid, not a woman. I'd no family, and they were kind to me for a while. Until he had his way, took advantage against my will. And when my baby was taken from my arms, because of what people believed or didn't believe in those times, or didn't know what to believe, I died of a broken heart. Now I've come back to feel my darling child in my arms again.
How sad. If it were me, I'd get my revenge.
Are there any other spirits round here?
Yeah, we breathe. In your mind's eye, the spirit of the place, the lie of the land.
Isn't that man with the hat? Isn't that the squire?
Not the one I know.
Have been many squires at Pamphil and Kingston Racing. This is the one that gave his land away.
Why'd he come back? Perhaps to find out if his gift got given in the way he wanted it.
I reckon he came back to see what happened to his cottages, whether they'd fallen down or they'd been saved.
Or maybe he's lonely and he wants to come home.
It's not his to come to anymore.
So, whose land is it?
And on goes the Pamphil story. The trees grow tall and are felled. New trees planted mature into glory, watching the tales we told. We arrived here once upon a time, under setting sun and rising moon, to scratch the surface in word and rhyme together on.